Every year, thousands of new campers walk into an outdoor store and walk out $300 poorer, carrying gear they'll never actually use. It's not their fault. The marketing is built to make you feel unprepared. Bigger packs, fancier gadgets, survival tools with blades that look like they belong in a movie. Somewhere between the checkout line and the first night in the woods, most of that gear ends up sitting in a garage untouched. Here's the truth experienced campers rarely say out loud. The people who've spent years outdoors, who know how to read weather, set up a shelter in the dark and stay warm on almost nothing. They carry less than you'd think. A lot less. And what they don't carry tells you more than what they do. So today, we're going through 7 items beginners buy almost every single time, why they end up being wasted money, and what experienced campers actually rely on instead. Some of these might surprise you. A few of them might already be sitting in your closet right now. Let's start with the first one. Number 1, the oversized survival knife. When you're new to camping, a big knife feels like proof you're ready for anything. A 12-inch blade with a compass built into the handle looks like something out of a movie, and it's tempting to think that's what real outdoorsmen carry. The logic feels sound at first. Bigger blade, more capability, right? But take that knife into an actual campsite, and the problems show up fast. It's heavy in your pack. It's awkward to control for small, precise jobs. And most of what you actually do at camp, cutting cordage, shaving kindling, prepping food, doesn't need 12 inches of steel. It needs control. Picture trying to whittle a thin fire stick with a blade the length of your forearm. You end up fighting the knife instead of using it. Experienced campers know this, which is why most of them carry a small, simple fixed blade, 4 inches or less. It's lighter, it's easier to control, and it handles 90% of the actual work without any of the extra weight or risk. The oversized knife looks impressive on a shelf. It just doesn't do the job better once you're actually outside. Number 2, the $100 multi-tool packed with attachments. This one makes sense on paper too. Why carry 5 tools when one device can do everything? Pliers, screwdrivers, a saw blade, a can opener, a dozen little folding attachments. It feels efficient, like you're covering every possible situation with a single purchase. In reality, most of those attachments never get touched. They sit folded away while you dig around trying to find the one function you actually need, usually with cold hands in bad light, when you're already a little frustrated. Experienced campers tend to go the other way. They carry 2 or 3 separate, high-quality tools instead, each one doing its job well, instead of one bulky multi-tool trying to do 15 things at once. Simplicity beats complexity almost every time outdoors. And here's the thing worth sitting with for a second. The mistake with the knife and the multi-tool isn't really about buying the wrong equipment. It's about trying to compensate for a gap in knowledge by buying more stuff. When you don't know exactly what a task requires, it feels safer to bring a tool for everything. But the more time you spend outdoors, the more you realize the opposite is true. Knowing what you actually need matters far more than owning a version of everything. Number 3, heavy-duty tents built for extreme conditions. Beginners often assume that a tent rated for brutal winter storms and high-altitude expeditions is simply the safer choice, no matter where they're actually camping. It sounds reasonable. More protection can't hurt, can it? Except that protection comes at a cost. Extreme condition tents are heavier, more complicated to set up, and considerably more expensive. All for weather you'll probably never face on a weekend trip to a state park or a summer backpacking loop. Unless you're genuinely heading into severe alpine conditions, a lightweight 3-season tent covers almost everything a beginner will realistically encounter, setting up faster and packing smaller without leaving you exhausted before you've even reached the campsite. Number 4. Fire starter kits with a dozen different tools. These kits look like the responsible choice. Ferro rods, sparkers, windproof matches, gel packets, all bundled together so you're covered no matter what. It feels like buying insurance. Here's the catch, though. All those tools are only useful if you've actually practiced with them before you need them. A ferro rod in a plastic package, still shiny and unused, does nothing for you in the rain with cold, shaking hands if you've never struck it before. Emergency gear only works when the skill behind it is already built. Experienced campers understand this, which is why most of them rely on one method they've practiced enough times that it's second nature, rather than a dozen tools they've never actually tested. Knowing how to build a fire with minimal equipment matters far more than owning every fire-starting gadget on the shelf. Number 5. Expensive freeze-dried meal bundles. They're convenient, no question. Rip open a bag, add hot water, and dinner is done. For a lot of beginners, that convenience feels worth the price tag. But many experienced campers stick to something simpler, calorie-dense food they already know how to prepare: oats, rice, trail mix, foods that don't require $6 a pouch and don't get ruined the moment the packaging gets punctured or wet. It's not that freeze-dried meals are useless. They can be genuinely handy for longer trips where weight matters most. But for most weekend or beginner trips, they're an expensive solution to a problem that a bit of planning already solves. If you want a simple way to plan your gear before your next trip, the guide bundle is linked below. It's built around exactly this kind of decision-making, so you're not guessing what to pack or overbuying just to feel prepared. Number 6. Bulky sleeping bags, rated far colder than needed. The thinking here is almost automatic. A colder temperature rating must mean a safer bag, so why not go with the warmest option available? It feels like the cautious choice, the kind of purchase that can't possibly backfire. But out on an actual trip, that logic falls apart fast. An oversized, heavy bag, rated for conditions you'll likely never camp in, just adds unnecessary weight and cost to every single outing. Picture unzipping a bag built for sub-zero nights on a mild summer evening, sweating, hauling around a bulky bag you didn't actually need, all because the number on the tag looked reassuring back in the store. Experienced campers take a different approach. They match the bag to the season they're actually camping in, not the coldest scenario they can imagine. And that one decision alone saves both money and a very uncomfortable night. Number 7. Tactical style backpacks with more straps and pockets than you'll ever use. These packs are built to look capable. Rows of moly webbing, extra pouches, straps for attachments most people will never own. All of it designed to photograph well and feel serious in a gear review video. It's easy to assume that more compartments automatically means better organization. In practice, it usually means the opposite. Instead of 2 or 3 main sections you know by heart, you end up with a dozen small pockets. And somewhere in that maze is your headlamp, your matches, or your map, right when you need them fastest, as the light fades or the rain starts. Experienced campers tend to strip this back on purpose, using a simpler, well-organized pack with just enough compartments to keep gear sorted. Because a bag you actually understand beats a bag that just looks impressive. So there you have it. 7 items beginners buy, and 7 simpler, more practical choices that experienced campers rely on instead. None of these items are useless in every situation. Some genuinely earn their place for specific trips or serious conditions. But for most beginners, on most trips, they're simply more than what the situation actually calls for. I left the complete camping guide bundle in the description if you want the checklists and basic methods organized in one place. Notice the pattern running through all 7 of these. It's rarely about spending more money. It's about knowing which few things actually matter and having the confidence to skip the rest. That's really the whole secret to getting good outdoors. Not more gear, better knowledge, and a clear plan before you ever leave the driveway. If you want help getting there faster, the guide bundle below is built exactly for this. Avoiding the wrong purchases, building a gear list that actually fits your trips, and planning things out before you're standing in a store aisle, talking yourself into something you don't need. Quick disclosure: some links may be affiliate links, meaning I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you. If this helped you rethink your gear list, stick around. Next time, we're covering the shelter setups experienced campers actually trust when the weather turns, and why most beginners get this one wrong too.